Hey guys, welcome back in. Gonna continue this abandoned playthrough. I was able to find hotspots for my Stasis device farm. So what I'm gonna try to do in this stream is get my mixing base together, where you're gonna mix all your ionized cobalt and condensed carbon. So this is the base that's going to require 4 different hotspots. I did manage to get them all mapped out, and I actually do have an electrical hotspot nearby, but I'm not going to bother using it, mainly because it's a lot of work just to run all the wiring. So and I'm gonna have to. I had to stretch all my boundaries, and I already did that. So you guys won't have to sit through and watch me put down a bunch of walls and delete a bunch of walls and all that good stuff. Everything is, like 800 units. Pretty much in a couple directions. And then I have my paraffinium way down there. So what I'm gonna do first, before I do anything, is I'm moving my ship out of the way so that I'm not gonna get a bunch of building errors. So toss this up here, and I'm gonna begin with my structure. I get my ship. There we go. It's gonna be kind of a basic structure. The basic, try to figure out where I want to actually build it though. Alright, pretty much right at the computer, I think, will work. And I'm going to be using alloy stuff, because it's more like an industrial type aesthetic to it. The ground is actually pretty level here, but I do want to come up a little bit. So we'll start right about there.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
Alright. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go a 5x3. There's not gonna be a big building. Something like that. What I'm gonna have is I'm gonna have 4 silos in the corners. And then 3 medium refiners. So it's not a big build or anything like that. What I am gonna do though is, I don't know how high. I think I am gonna go too high on the walls. But I think I will do something a little fancy. So actually, I think I can just go 1 high. Be fine. So let me drop this down. Up down to... I just want to see how tall these silos are going to be. Alright, I can build 2 of those. I'm not sure if these are going to pierce through my roof or not. So they will pierce through. They'll be right at the top. Is there a different roof I can use for that taller one? I just want to see if that's going to feel awkward to interact with. Oh, I think that would be fine. Alright. Oh, actually, bring that in, bring that in. How is medium refiner? Oh, I'll get plenty of room there, so. Yeah, that'd work fine. Alright. Now that that's out of the way. Just get my silos kind of figured out. Usually I just drop silos down 2 slots, but I'm trying to avoid using a bunch of walls, so do it this way. Alright, bump those out. I can get rid of that. So those are done, and I am gonna need more stuff. I'm gonna bring in a couple other storage containers because I know I'm gonna need them. I will need number 3. Bring some of this over. Bring some of that over. Better grab some some of this. Alright. Just check this real quick. Alright, so I'm gonna need more metal plating than that. I'm also going to need, I believe, number 8. Because I can only build 1 medium refiner right now. So I will need some dihydrogen jelly. Okay, so I'll be able to build 3 of those. I'd better grab magnetized ferrite. So I'm gonna need, let's see, I'm gonna need 4, 5, 6, I'm gonna need at least 7 batteries. So I gotta grab condensed carbon as well. One. Okay, so that'd be plenty of that. Alright, 41 solar panels, that should be enough. Gas extractor, 17. That should be good. Pipe. Oh, I probably need, yeah, I need regular carbon too. Because I have a bunch of wooden walls that I put down to expand my base limits. So let me make sure I get enough of this in here. Actually, I should have some I don't have any oxygen on me. That's weird. I'll grab some oxygen. Alright, I think I'm all set to start expanding this. I am going to do something with the walls though. Actually, let me grab aerite dust. Yeah, my inventory is going to be a friggin' mess until this is done, so... Oh, I did have some oxygen up there. Alright. Let me see... What's a good amount? Alright. Oh, I gotta grab more metal plating. Alright, so... What's my silo count now? 11. Gotta grab even more. Just grab it all. Hell with it. Alright, 17. That'll be enough. Alright, so I'm gonna get these in place first. Yeah, I like using the arches. So I'm gonna do something a little fancy with them. Do the same thing here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have upside down arches and right side up arches. So, and I'll have to do it on this side too. Alright, so get rid of every other one. Alright. So all I'm gonna do is make like a big grid of wires. Get these in place first. Oh, well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip my arches upside down. I'm doing this mainly so that the building isn't like a solid building. You know, like it'll let in more daylight during the day. So, all right. And get my glitch points. Yeah, to just be a little bit brighter. That way I don't have to use a ton of lighting in here to be able to see. Alright. All I'm gonna do is put in my wires. Now I want to make sure I have my roof in place before I go through and glitch in everything. So things are gonna be kind of backwards a little bit, but it'll all make sense when I get there. Alright, so just make sure all of these are actually on the right level. Alright. So all I'm going to do is pull my wires here. Attach it directly to the light floor. Or the glitch point on the light floor. That way it flips them upside down. Alright, so that side's done. Do the same thing for this one. Oh. Never did a glitch point there. I don't think I did. No. Actually, take that out of there. It's going to confuse me. Same thing. Now I want to skip that one in the middle because that's actually going to be my door. Alright. So now if I look at my glitch point here, the arrow is going to be pointing downward, which is what I want. Get all these out of here now. And get my door figured out as well. My door, I'm gonna go this style. So actually put one right here just to hold the place. Oh, yeah, light floor. This is why the light floor is like one of the first things I unlock. I just use it so much. Now this one's in a different orientation, so whatever I glitch here is going to be face up as opposed to upside down. And grab a glitch point. Do that. Now I want to see what side of the door glitches here. So I'm going to copy that. Copy that, glitch it in. Alright. So the window is on the left hand side. What I want to do is just take that out, flip it around. That way when I glitch this in, I'll end up with two doors there with like a fancy design. So what I want to do is take that one, flip it around. There. That'll be like one of the last things I do. Now I like to use the arches, so I'm going to take the middle arch and just use that as my wall now. Whoops, one more. Yeah, I do this because it almost looks like a window in a way. There have been times that I've actually glitched windows into them, but I don't really have to because I don't have to really worry about the hazard here. So before I get too carried away, I do want to put down a save point. Here, I'm a compulsive saver, so I save like after I do everything. Yeah, so when I have my roof in place and everything, what I'll end up doing is I'll glitch on one of those. That'll be like the finished look of it. So something a little more fancy. So I just like how it looks. It's almost like having a window there. Alright, so gonna get my silos in place. If I can find them. There we go. So I'm just gonna put that in my cache. I can build plenty of them, so I'm not worried about keeping count now. I'll just get my 4 silos. Alright, and those are in place. I will leave those floors there for now, just in case I need to put those back in. I shouldn't have to, but you never know. Now my refiners. Here, do a quick save. I'm gonna have 3 medium refiners here. So what I want to do is choose this one, do an adjacency glitch, move that over, put another one there. Now what I'm going to use is the wooden floor, mainly because it has this ridge here. You get a thick side and a thin side, and because of how medium refiners, you know, they spawn in backwards. So I want to actually use the thin side of this. Okay, thought it was going to fly over me. I want to use the thin side of that when I adjacency glitch it in. And as you can see now, I can build 3 of them. So I'm going to put that in my cache. And I want the thin side to be facing me so that they glitch in the correct direction. And miss my glitch. So I'll do that again, put it in my cache. Bring this over, thin side facing me. Three times a charm maybe? Or is it going to be 4 times a charm? There we go. Oh, it's facing me going in the right direction. So I'll just do the same thing 2 more times. Including all the misses. And 1 more time over here. Alright. So those are all set. Because you don't want to put them too close together because sometimes they interfere, you know, like when you go to open up one refiner, you end up accidentally clicking on the wrong refiner. So do it like that. At least it makes them look nice and lined up too. They do sink into the ground a little bit, which I do kind of like. Alright, now that. The only other thing, I'm just going to use carbon planters as a carbon source. What I'd like to do with that, I'm just going to grab, I don't want them to be too far out here. Because I also want to have a teleporter in here as well. I just don't want it to feel cramped. So I'm going to move this up a little. Do something like that. And how many carbon planters can I make? Okay, I can make 64 carbon planters, so should be good on that. And I'm going to do the same thing using the short timber this time. And these, I believe, glitch in normal. So what I want to see is... Okay, yep, they glitch in like that. What I want to do is... get another one to glitch in for me. Come on. Alright. Make a quick save. Now I want to take note of how much carbon I get out of these planters. Okay, 47. And 48. So what I need is I need to get 180 carbon in order to do the carbon loop. So what I'm going to do is, if I do 2 of each, that will get me enough. So, what I want to do is I want to do a reload. Because I know my spacing and everything, and I don't want to take any free free carbon and stuff like that. So I'll do a reload because I know what my values are already, and that should be all set. So as you can tell, I've done a couple of these farms before, and I do pretty much like the same type of layout in them now because I used to make them all big and fancy and everything, and I was the only one using them, so there's really no point in doing, you know, big fancy stuff. So, and I don't use them all that often anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to glitch another one on top of these. I don't think I have that in my cache. So, glitch another one in. Oh, come on. My controller is too new and the buttons are still pretty stiff. There we go. So now I should have enough carbon. So, take these out. Yeah, I just didn't want it to feel all crowded here, so. Because I'm probably going to have I'm going to have a storage container on one side and a teleporter on the other, so that should be fine. Alright, and I'll get the power in. Alright. Now I'm gonna go get my floors back in. Typically what I would do is, I don't have it unlocked, but I would put a candelabra bloom inside of these, just to give it a little more light, but I don't have access to them. I'm not using the anomaly stuff, so even though I have it unlocked, I'm not going to start using that stuff. You know, maybe after I get to the center of the galaxy or something, then maybe. Alright, and I'm going to color these. Hopefully the colors stick. A lot of times they don't, though. So I'm going to have that one be purple. This one will be kind of a tan. I would like... See, I'm going to run into an issue because my oxygen and my cobalt are pretty much right next to each other. I'm going to have to deal with that when the time comes. I would like to have oxygen in the back, but I might not be able to. I'm going to color them how I want them right now, but I might have to change that. This one's going to be blue. Alright, and I will mess around with the storage container and stuff after. This roof has a white in it, doesn't it? I don't like this roof, but it's the only one that's kind of tall. Alright. Let's move that out. I want to see how this thing looks with a prefab floor in it. So, make a copy of that. would like to have a little more light in here. Come on. I spend more time in my menu selecting the same part over and over again. These always glitch in really friggin' hard, so. Oh my god. They have like their own little timing on them. You gotta be kidding me. Now there's him. I'm about to start making glitch points for these friggin' things. I'm about to skip them. There we go. Now how's that gonna look? Because I can't have it... For some reason there's an issue with carbon planters. Yeah, it's not worth it. That's not gonna work. That looks like... That doesn't look good. Alright. Even if I nudge that up a little bit, it's still not going to look right. Let me see how much lighting is there. It is some lighting. I'm not a big fan of it. You know what if I go using the center? Yeah, that'll work. Go with those in the center. Or on the edges rather, not in the center. And oh, I'm probably gonna have to get glass, aren't I? Yeah. I don't know if that's gonna look kind of weird too. Grab some glass. Yeah, it looks so friggin' awkward for some reason. I don't like these at all. Those are gone. Alright, find something else. I think these are what I normally use. A low profile. Can't believe I'm being so picky over this. I haven't even used these things yet. Those don't look too bad. Oh, those don't... I always thought you needed glass for these. Yeah. I have to start using those more often. I wonder if I'm going to run into weather effects, though. I'll know when a storm starts. Alright, do that, and then... These on the corners. Yeah, at least we can make stuff that doesn't look completely ridiculous. I am gonna need to do another glitch point here. Which actually can probably just raise it up here. I'm not a big fan of how some of the metal pieces look, especially like the walls. I just like the base black color. Alright. Now I can just do these in the center. Alright, so I shouldn't be taking damage in a storm. Oh, that actually looks pretty nice. Alright, let's see. I hate to run off and start doing stuff because I don't know for sure if that's going to work. One thing I can do though is I can start glitching in all the other stuff. If I can find my glitch points. That is still a problem. That's been an issue for quite a while. I'm surprised they haven't fixed that. Of course, now I'm going to miss every glitch because it's going to be impossible to find my friggin' wire. At least they seem to be going in pretty good now. Until I get to this side for some reason. No, nothing wants to show up. Alright, there we go. I hate it when they mess around with the building mechanics. They change how things snap. Come on. There we go. They're almost like little windows now. Alright. Give that a quick save. And let's see. I'm almost tempted to put some power in here. I'm actually waiting for it to storm. I want to make sure I'm not going to take damage in here. Let me refill that.
Technology recharge.
I don't think I will, but I'm not too sure how good these seal up. And I gotta find out. Actually, I should prepare out here. Prepare this area for pipe. Try to do that all the way around. Because I always forget to do this until I'm running pipe back already. I'm like, oh no, I never dug holes. That one. Luckily, 2 of these I don't need any silos. I just need the 1 silo for collection. The only one that takes a lot is the nitrogen. I need 8,000 of that. And I need 3,000 oxygen. And then the other 2 I don't need anything. Well, I need 800. Yeah, 800, so I actually end up with too much. But that's not an issue. I just jump back in, up in here for now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to take any damage in here. I get to take a quick run to the bathroom, but I will be back. I'm just going to sit in my ship just to play it safe. Yeah, I don't like to mess around on Permadeath. I run to the bathroom or something, I always jump in my ship. Alright, I will cut this out and I will be right back. Okay, run back down here now. There were a couple other things I thought of, and I can't do it yet. I was thinking about putting in my landing pad, but I have a feeling it's just going to be in the way. Oh, I want to put this back. Storage. And I used up a bunch of metal plating, so... Okay, I might be cutting it a little close. So I'm not sure if I can even build a landing pad here. Oh, okay, I got enough stuff to build one. Am I gonna be able to... Alright, glasses on that side. I don't know if my landing pad will actually attach to that door or not, though. With it like that. Okay, it will. Alright. But at least I got the door out of the way. I leave my wires in place until the end, just in case I need to re-glitch stuff. Am I going to be able to put a floor here temporarily? I see, when you glitch things like that, the game doesn't like it. So, what I'll do is I'll just do this for right now. Just so I have an easier, way to get in and out. Yeah, if worse comes to worse, I'll just have to re-glitch that door in if I have an issue getting the landing pad in place. I think my teleporter, I think I'm going to put it on this side. Actually, I want to take that back out for right now. And when I use a proximity switch, I'm gonna have to take that out too. I like to bury my proximity switches. So, oops, did that backwards. Actually, let me shrink that down too. Grab that, shrink that down a little bit.
Weather warning. Incoming storm.
Oh, this will be good because I've been wanting to see how the storms are in here. Just shrink that down a little bit. Try to hide it. There we go. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get that in line now. I shouldn't have done that. Alright, get rid of these two that are upside down. Put that one in. There. I just want to make sure I'm not taking damage in here. Still at 100%. Give it a few seconds. Walk right up to here. Alright, I am taking damage. But I'm not over here. I think that would be fine. As long as I don't leave my character AFK, which I never do when I'm always in my ship. If I jump off or anything, I always jump in my ship. But typically it's the middle of the room you have to worry about. Alright, I think I'll be fine. Alright, and can I build one of these 2 nanotubes? Which actually I have in storage. Add up a little bit. Try to get it somewhat straight. Alright, might as well get some power here too. Shouldn't need very much power. Yeah, I plan on probably just 100 watts here anyway, so.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
Actually, I think you can get by with just 25, but I will have a storage container as well. Do 2 batteries. This is totally overkill too. I'm thinking if I want to add in, you know, maybe a couple little grow stations or something like that. That way I have a little bit extra. All I'm going to do is, yeah, I can build 41, so I'm just going to glitch these hopefully. Glitch those. Oh my god. Like the easiest glitch in the game, I'm having trouble with it. Alright. So just connect my wires. Go to this outside of that proximity switch. Then I have these. I'll just take a wire, go into free placement, and try to put your wire straight. Then go back into, oops. Back into snap mode. Just run it right over. That way hopefully you don't have too much wire showing in the floor. You know, get that one there, but makes it look kind of clean. Alright. So I just want to take inventory on these batteries. 4, 5, 6, 7 batteries I'm gonna need. So that means 14 of those, so I should be good on those too. Extractor. Oh, I might need more metal plating. Okay, I should be good on those. Alright. I think it's time to go get some of the resources. Yeah, I will have a storage container 0 over in this corner. I'm just leaving it outside for now, though. So, start at paraffinium. Now, if everything worked out fine, I should be able to build without any issue. Because I haven't left this system, so... I might actually have an extractor in place. I didn't bother dropping them down to the ground or anything. I just got my glitch point ready. I think I did for like cobalt or something. I think I forgot to delete the refiner. Just verify this is paraffinium. Or I do something really dumb. Alright. We got paraffinium. I'm only going to need 1 extractor. I'll just glitch that in. I'm not going to bother lowering them. Well, actually, I might lower that. 59%. Alright, let's pick that up. Yeah, I think I will lower that. So, delete that for now. I'm just gonna do it as an adjacency glitch. Yeah, okay, it'll do 1 more. So, what am I looking for? Looking for that. So put that in the cache, glitch it. Man, I should just give up on trying to glitch. Alright. So that's in place. change the color of it, even though it's probably gonna go back. And I'm just gonna set these over here. That there. 2 of those. Fire those 2 up. Wire that up. And wire that up. So that should be good to go. Alright, and good thing about this is I can just run the pipe. I don't have to do anything fancy. I just want to try to stay in line with my middle wall. And about, 200 units, I'll put down a new pipe and just continue. Eventually it will tell me the connection's too long. Yeah, you can tell I already got that still. Still picking up nanites. Alright, connection's too long. I just walk it back a little bit. Yeah, I'm not, this stuff I don't care if it looks good or not. And this is how I tend to mark where I have to start stretching my wire from, so I know I got another 300 units until I get to my base. Right around 300. What I'm trying to do is to get on the other side of this before I have to terminate that. I was hoping to get down here. I'm not gonna have enough room. Dang it. Oh, I'll just do 1 right there. I got plenty of pipe that I can use, so do 1 there and leave build cam. And hopefully I can jump across this. Actually, I can probably just stretch the whole thing. As long as that stamworm doesn't show up and knock me out of my camera, I should be able to get all the way there. Connection's too long. Actually, I can connect right to it. I'm gonna do that. Alright. And after I make my connection, I always just run up and verify it. That way I know everything's connected, and also so I can see how long it will take to fill. See, I'm not too worried about the fill time on these because I have a 16-hour window, and this will be full in 3.5, a little over 3 hours. So there's 1 done. How many silos can I build? Okay. I might have to get... Actually, let me build a trade terminal. I need a microprocessor. Some nice storage. Actually, grab a couple extra. I'm just gonna build it and delete it, so... Yeah, let me just put it right there for now. I might just leave it there, actually. It could be useful. Alright, so I can grab a quick 20 metal plate in. Alright. See, nitrogen's going to be different because I'm going to need 4 extractors there. Mainly, well, I need 8,000 nitrogen, so what I do is I build 4 extractors to make up for the 1,000, and then I have 7 silos. So what I want to do is actually put 6 silos down here, because my nitrogen is over there, so I'll have 6 silos down here that I can tie into. So I do nothing at all, nothing fancy here at all. I just leave, you know, I just place down 6. I don't bother glitching them or, you know, making it look like one silo. So I'm just gonna do 6 there and just pipe them together like normal. Then what I'll do is I'll just attach onto that one and then tie it right into the one back of my base, wherever my base is. Over here. Terminate it down there, make another pipe, drag it right up. Alright, so that one's, well, that section's done. Because I am going to need more metal plating at some point. Make my way over here now. Yeah, this is a long stretch. This is like 800 plus units away. Ooh. So checking just to make sure I still have building permissions. Yeah, I think this was the longest stretch. It was either this one or the oxygen. It was like 890 units or something like that. Alright, and there's my wire, so... So, nitrogen. What I want to do is just make sure I glitch it on the right side of this, because I'm not sure what edge of that had the highest density. Okay, 39% must have been that one. And that's only a C class, but not a big deal. Get rid of that. These ones I will glitch together though. And they're probably gonna glitch in backwards, but I don't care about that. Get rid of that. It's close enough to the ground. Nobody's ever gonna see these, so. Alright, so I want to glitch in 4 of them. I can build 13, so I have plenty of material. And I wait until that, like, orange outline goes away. That way I know all 4 are properly built. And they did glitch in backwards, but oh well. So I'm gonna need 4 batteries because I have 4 extractors. I want them to run non-stop, so what I do is wire them all up. That way I don't forget to. I've been known to do that. I'm still not used to using batteries and solar, so. why I put that extra wire. Actually, let me put that on the side. It looks so weird having the wire in the middle. I had to stop talking because of that, that friggin' sandworm makes so much noise. Alright, so 4 of those and 8 of these. Again, I'm nothing fancy here, just putting them down like you normally would. Yeah, it's like I was going to use the power hotspot, but just running wires back and forth, it's kind of a pain. So I figured I would just go with the battery route, because I would have to also stretch for that hotspot too. So, all right, so that part is done. What I'm looking for is my middle wall, because that's like my guide. Alright, there's my middle wall, so start running pipe. In areas that I can, you know, put a pipe lower, I try to take advantage of that. Just so that the stuff isn't floating up in the air. I can build plenty of pipes, so. I'll just walk this one all the way over until I get to those silos. This is kind of a low spot too, and I'm gonna have to put a new pipe down anyway, so I'll put it there. I'm trying to get to those silos before I have to recharge my life support. I still got 20%, so that. Actually, let's just charge it now. There's no on my luck a storm will show up. Alright, now go back to pipe. See, sometimes it's hard to reconnect pipe. It's been a bug for a while. Sometimes it's hard to locate. The same thing with wires. The edge of wires. Or the connection point of wires. Alright, so run this over to those silos, and that one should be good. No, connection is too long. Alright, so terminate there, make a new pipe. And tie into those silos. Alright, get back over here and just double check everything. I've got 2 more to do. The other 2 might be difficult because they're right in line with each other, so I need to make sure I keep my lines separated. Yeah, and my silo colors change. Doesn't surprise me. Okay, so 8,000 is exactly what I should need. That's 1,200, so that is good to go. Do a quick save. Yeah, like I was saying, my cobalt and my oxygen are almost in a straight line, so I want to try to keep them as isolated as possible. What I'm thinking is the oxygen is a much longer run, so I'm going to try to keep the pipe on the surface, and cobalt I'm going to try to bury a little bit. We'll get over there, see what we got to work with. The bad thing is I only need, I think, 180 cobalt to do this, but I have to put down you know, a whole silo and extractor for it. Because they both have the same, like when I expanded it out to the oxygen, I also expanded to the cobalt as well. Because they're pretty much right in line with each other. Alright, here's the cobalt. Oh, I did take the extractor out. Alright. So, I need an extractor. I think it's this front one. I can't wait until this controller gets loosened up. Because I'm not doing enough glitch building. Alright, so that is good. So yeah, I'm gonna try to bury the cobalt. So, and if you notice, like, instead of, typically I do 3 walls, I actually did 4. Try to bring my cobalt this way, and when I bring the oxygen over, I'm gonna stick to like the left side of my middle wall. So I think I'm gonna be fine, but it's just I don't normally like to do it like this. Gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. So I want to get my extractor down on the ground. So that's in place. Again, just go over a couple panels. Battery. Alright. And I don't think I'm going to bother trying to bury it. I think I'll be fine as long as I stick towards the right side. If this is my middle wall, I want to stay kind of towards my right wall in this direction. So I might run out of building permissions. Maybe not. Okay, it's just a long connection. Friggin' plants. So I'm actually just going to do a termination here. Yeah, I think I'll be fine. Should be running out of pipe any second. Alright. Yeah, you only need 180 cobalt to do the entire ionized cobalt loop. So it kind of stinks having to, why is there pipe down there? Let me terminate that pipe there, put a new one in. That must be the, nitrogen pipe also. Just make sure none of that stuff is crossing over. Okay, cobalt looks good. Make sure this one's still reading nitrogen. Alright, so far so good. Alright, do a save. And go get oxygen done. Yeah, what I want to do is say at least one wall distance between these, so what I'm going to attempt to do. Yeah, typically I like these to be offset a little bit more, but typically you know, like 7 units to 10 units, something like that. It's all you really need for a distance. Where are all my walls? There we go. You just mark that oxygen so I can actually see where I'm headed. Got all these plants and everything kind of blends together after a while. Yeah, so I had to stretch way the heck over here. Yeah, over by that paraffinium, I also had a nitrogen hotspot over that way, and it was almost 1,100 units before I could get my next gas to show up, because I had an oxygen was the only thing I was missing, and this was the only thing, the only one I could find in the area. Luckily, I found that other nitrogen hotspot, so it took like 3 hours to get all these things together. Make sure I can still build, and I'm good there. And I only need to have one of these extractors. So I just want to make sure I'm trying to put that on the right end of the wire. Alright, that looks good. And actually do a quick save here and pick this thing up. You know what? No, let me put that thing back. Sometimes I forget to delete them, and I gotta run all the way back to get it. So I'll have to remember it when I do the balls. So I'm gonna delete that. Glitch a wall on that hotspot instead. Grab my extractor, cache it, bring that down, glitch it. Dude, every time. There we go. Alright, and put my power stuff in. Alright, let's get juice and start running my pipe. I got this big cave over here, so I'm going to try to get my pipe in there as far as I can, and then go back to the top, continue the run. So I don't have to worry about that cobalt. Okay, connection's too long anyway. So do that, and then go back to the top. I was going to try to bury it as far in there as I could, but it kind of branches off to the right. So I don't want to I'm trying to mitigate any possible overlap. Stay towards the left side of my middle wall for this whole run. Alright, connection's too long. Alright, and I think my cobalt's right over here. I can hear an extractor running. Alright, there's my cobalt pipe. I'm gonna stay away from that. I'll do another termination here. Yeah, I like to typically put pipe in, in camera mode, but sometimes it's easier just to walk it out. I'm gonna do a termination here. Try to make it so I don't have just a bunch of pipe up in the air. So I'm pretty sure I can stretch the rest of the way before I have to put down another pipe. I want to reduce any chance of these overlapping at all. There's nothing worse than having to run back and forth and, doing the same thing 2 or 3 times. So that should all line up now. Alright, oxygen is good. Oh, I got a problem though. I need 3,000 oxygen. So, I need to go add 2 more silos. I'm gonna wait for that storm to kind of run its course, just check everything else. And just check this to make sure I have enough for 2 more. I have exactly enough. Can I pull out of here?
Storm clearing.
I can get 18 more, so. Alright, so I should be able to just stick a couple silos back down here. Right in this little cubby hole. I should be able to tie right into these, I'm pretty sure. No, guess I can't do it like that. Oh, it's because it's already got a connection. Delete that one. I think I can do it like this. Not the fanciest, but it should work. There we go. Yeah, and that's still, even 8 hours is a lot, but you can't do these for 16 hours, so I'm not too worried about that. Now, let me make sure I can build a landing pad. Still, alright, should be good there. Stick my head out here and get rid of all of this. Now I want to keep this wire here just in case I need it. I can just move my character out of the way. And I have my monitor where I want it. Actually move it up there. Yeah, go right there. Yep, there's your monitor points towards the front of your shirt. Well, it shouldn't matter. Yeah, sometimes I like to put them in different positions. Let me grab something that I can shrink down a little. That should be good. And I want to get storage container 0. That's like my catch-all storage container I use. Wow, I get it first try. And I want to go stick that over here. And because I got those wires there, it's going to be hard to tell how straight that thing is. I can tell that's not straight. See how that looks. I'm trying not to pierce through the door too, or through the wall. Yeah, not perfect, but it'll do the job. Actually, I should have gone a little bit smaller with it. I think I will. Where is... there it is. Yeah, that might be a little bit easier to, but it sticks out pretty far, so let me get that straight. It's hard to tell. I wish wires didn't do that. Try to get rid on that line. Yeah, that should work alright. I'm going to do my power from the back side of it so that the same thing, go into free placement, bring your wire down so that it's pretty straight. Then go back into snap mode. And actually I can probably just tie right into that one. Yeah, that's much easier to deal with. We should be able to resize that stuff. Alright. I think I will just leave that tray terminal here. But I do want to move this over. I always like to put it right next to my teleporter, one of the sides. Give it a color. Click save. Alright, now all these wires I have, I do them like this on purpose. That way I don't have to try to delete them when I'm inside. I just delete them right here, so I don't accidentally delete anything else. it makes it nice and easy to clean up. The only one that will be a hassle, if I even decide to delete it, would be the one for the front door. So, yeah, all wires are gone. I just have that one wire there. Typically I would use a cloaking device to hide it, but it's permadeath. Nobody's ever going to see this base. So I'm just going to leave it like it is. Just make sure I fill these in. And that's pretty much it for the mixing base. Next time I will, I gotta clean up my inventory some, but I want to get going on the other two, whatever you want to call them, circuit board and the other one. I can't remember what it's called. They all kind of look the same after a while. Circuit board and... Man, I have another mind fart completely. Alright, I gotta look at the chart. Circuit board and living glass. So, living glass is gonna be on the frozen planet, and circuit board is on the hot planet. I'm not looking forward to that hot planet. I can tell you that much. That one's going to be a pain. Just do a quick upload. I do want to see if I can get that wire though. Should be able to reach that. There we go. I was worried about lighting in here, but I think it'll be fine. Yeah, so what'll happen is you'll harvest these stand-in planters. You'll put 60 carbon in each of these, as well as 60 oxygen. You'll run your first batch. That will give you that'll give you 150 condensed carbon. And then what you do is you take 150 condensed carbon and 150 oxygen, and you loop that until you get 4,800 condensed carbon, which would be 16 stacks of 300. And then you do the same thing, you know, the 60 cobalt and 60 oxygen, and then you do 150 ionized cobalt and 150 oxygen until you get 8 stacks of ionized cobalt, which would be 2,400. And then you use it, you take it and you combine it with all your different gases and minerals to make all that yellow crafting stuff. Take a quick look at it. Yeah, all this stuff here, then your white crafting stuff, you know, your enriched carbon, superconductors, and all that stuff. So, that's about it. This new way of assembling makes it so much quicker, though. But I'll end up doing a full run through the farm just to show how everything's put together. I gotta build the other 2 farms though, but those ones will go pretty quick. They're pretty much they're just like the liquid explosive I did, except they have 2 resources. They both have a mineral and a gas. The gases, you're going to need 8,000 of each gas, and the minerals, you're going to need 800 of the mineral. So pretty much you're going to have a bunch of extra, you know, paraffinium, phosphorus, and dioxide. you know, you'll have an extra, what, like 450. So you'll have three, you know, a little bit extra. Um, but that's about it. That's the first base. This is the most complex one because you have all the different materials you have to bring in, and you just have to do stuff like, you know, figure out how much carbon you're gonna need, stuff like that. But I think that's gonna do it for this stream. The next one, yeah, we'll get get going on the living glass and circuit boards, and I can probably get those done in, you know, in like a 2-hour window, something like that. I mean, it only takes. I mean, building the bases doesn't take long. It's running all the pipe and all that crap. So, and I think I'm gonna need to expand my base boundaries on the other two as well. But it won't be nearly as bad as this, because I actually, if I do jump on tomorrow morning, I still have to go back. This base isn't done. I still have to go back and delete all my walls, which is a lot of carbon. So, but outside of that, I think that's gonna do it for me tonight, guys. Appreciate everybody swinging in, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.